What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Top Visuals back with another video. So if you didn't know, of course you want to know. How would you know? I basically just got done filming the story time, or my new story time, that I will be uploading as well today. So today, if you're watching this today, I uploaded 2 videos. If you want to watch both of those, the link in the how-to will be in the end of this video, and it'll be in the description. I don't want to spoil it. Go check it out. I thought it was pretty interesting. Maybe you'll learn something from it, because, you know, watching me doing stupid stuff. But basically, this video, as you can see from the title, it's another how-to video. How to set life goals. Start planning your life ahead, or you don't know how to plan goals, or you don't know how to make suitable achievements for your life, and you want to basically start now. Check out this video. Maybe some things I can tell you that'll help you out. Maybe some things that I may mess up on, you can tell me. We can kind of just help each other. But basically, the way I set my life goals, I'm going to help you guys and just talk about it with y'all. You know, make a little short video on how to make goals. So stay tuned to the whole video. Let the intro run. If you're new, subscribe. Old, like, now you're not old, comment, do what you gotta do. Stay tuned to the video and see you in like 10 seconds. And peace.
Go, go, go. And on the count of 3. Go, 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 go. And on the count of 3. Go, 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 go.
Alright, so go and waste any time. So basically, how to set life goals. So first thing you want to make sure when you are setting your life goals, make sure that you set them to the point where you know that you can achieve them. So what I mean by that is basically what most people would do is, like, let's say, for example, let's say if I wanted to be a doctor and I was like in middle school, right? That's my big dream. That's okay. That's what you want to do. But it's always good that that's your main goal. That's your top goal. But make sure you have small little achievements when you build up to that big achievement. That's the first thing I tell most people. But the one thing that I see most people don't do is their goals are so broad and they're not very specific. And I think one tip, you know, help you meet those goals and kind of organize them better is to kind of space them out. So you have your top goal. Let's say you want to be a doctor. That's the example we're going to use for today. That's going to, you know, that's your top goal. Basically, you may have another goal you want to do. There's always steps into wanting to be a doctor. So maybe you have another achievement like, oh, I want to get my degree first in college. I want to study this, you know, in college, or I want to do this after college that'll help me to be a doctor, to do this and that and the third. So you see what I'm saying? Kind of, you know, you have your broad goal, but kind of have little small goals in between so that can help you organize and basically motivate you more to build up and up and up and up and up until you're only 2 steps away and you meet that top goal. Because what a lot of people will do is they have their top goal as, like I said, being a doctor. And if that's your only top goal, your only goal in general, and that's just what you're set on through your whole journey. And don't get me wrong, some people, you know, feel better thinking like that. They got one goal, stick to it, they're good. They don't need nothing else. But I think what works better for me and a lot of other people is that when you have that top goal, have little goals in between that'll also help you keep motivated. Because if you just have that one goal, you might lose your motivation and you might feel like you don't want to do it anymore because it may be hard. It may be stressful. And those little goals, you know, once you reach one, you can kind of get the excitement and be like, okay, cool. Only got 5 more to go, or I got this more to go, or I'm about to be close to another one. And it's basically just a motivation type thing to be more organized and motivated so you won't feel as stressed and it won't feel like a big thing. You know, you'll be organized. Because when you're organized, it'll also keep you motivated and better. And being organized in general is never a bad thing. So when you're setting up your goals like that, it can be for anything, not just for your career. It can be for sports. It can be for crafts you want to do. It can be for anything. Just me personally, the way I like that, I think that will help you guys is have small little goals in between so they can basically give you that more motivation and organize it to reach you to that top goal. So another tip when it comes to setting your goals is make sure that you write them down. Now, not everybody thinks or works like this, but me personally, I like either typing them or writing them down. Most people prefer writing them down. In fact, that when you write something down, you'll retain the information better. So when someone tells you to remember something and you don't get to write it down, you don't get to study it, and someone just tells you to remember this for the next hour, there's going to be a good chance you're going to forget what exactly they said. You might have an idea, but you're going to probably forget at least some percentage of it, depending on what they told you. But if someone told you write this down, or I want you to remember this for later, so write it down. If you write it down, not only will you have it for access later in case you do forget, but you have a higher chance of knowing what it is without even pulling out your notes because you wrote it down. When you write something down, like I said, not only are you more organized because you have your thoughts written down, but you can retain the information better. So that's why when you're studying for a test, they always say write it down, you know, study over it multiple times. because then when you have it stuck in your head and you know your goal, you remember your goal, you know, you have that better motivation. You're more organized. And I keep saying the word organized just because it's very, very important when it comes to setting your goals. Because let's say if you're not organized, and like I said earlier, you just have a goal that you want to do, right? And let's say maybe a year from now, you have another goal. You still want to keep this goal. You still want to achieve this. But let's say there's another goal where now, okay, I want to achieve this too. You got another one a couple years later. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do that, this and that. But if you're not organized and you kind of take it step by step and organize them, which one is more important, your priority, which one, you know, you want to do first, then not only will you forget the things that you want to do, but they'll be too overwhelming, and you definitely don't want to be overwhelmed. So if there's a lot of things you want to do, that's okay. One thing I will recommend is keep it small first, just because you don't want to have too many things in your head. And some people like to think like that. This is not really a video to tell you how to do it. I mean, it is, but it's more of me just a preference to tell you how I think you should do it. But it's not, oh, you should do it this way, because everyone is different. But that's the number one thing. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. So if you don't want to overwhelm yourself, keep it small, keep it organized, and then you move from there. If you don't know how to do it yourself, that's one way I would definitely recommend for people. Now, if I wanted to give you a whole scenario of one example of a whole entire, I guess, goal tree is, so I'm going to use the doctor still as the same example. So let's say being a doctor is your number one goal, right? And if you don't know how to write goals, I can implement this in there as well. So your number one goal should probably be as broad as possible and kind of get to the point. I want to be a doctor in this field, or a cardiologist, or whatever type of doctor you want, right? Just make that clear. Don't make it too specific. Just make it pretty broad. Now, the next steps that are from now in your life present to you getting to that broad goal is basically what you're going to be thinking about. Steps to getting to that goal. Basically, it's a whole journey. That's what a whole goal and achievements are. Now, me personally, the way I organize it is at the top of my tree, I'll put my broad goal, and then the little steps in between, I'll call achievements. So you have your number one goal and then little achievements in between to get you to that goal. So for example, let's say you're in high school and you want to be a doctor. Let's say your first achievement could be, let's get my diploma first. Let's graduate high school. Achievement number one. Number two, you know, before you say graduate college, I want to study, you know, nursing, you know, in college, or I want to study, you know, biology in college. You know, I'm not really in the health field, so I don't know what you would study in order to become a doctor. But I know those are like health things related to the anatomy and the body, stuff like that. Then your next goal after that can be, oh, let me pass this important test that'll help me pass to, you know, to be a doctor, or to, you know, get my college degree. That could be another achievement. After you graduate college, then another achievement, because I know, you know, when becoming a doctor, it takes like 7+ years of studying in order to actually become like an official doctor. So that can be another goal. Make sure I finish medical school after college, become top 10 in my class. That could be another achievement. You know, like little achievements like that. And then eventually, once you get closer and closer and closer, you'll realize how far you came. Once you look at your whole list, you'll see, wow, I actually done all these things in the past 5 to 10 years. And it'll basically just motivate you. Because think in your head, let's say if you didn't write any of those things down and you came this far, which is still good, but it may not feel as appreciative because you can't really look back as easy as if you wrote all of them down and saw, wow, I did all these by myself and I still have yet more to come. And that's why another thing while writing your goals down and basically just building that motivation for yourself is very important, because it keeps you motivated for life in general. Always having something for you to do in the future. You know, you never want to be bored, or you never want to feel like you can't do anything. You know, you done all these things and you got so much more to go. You got years ahead of you. So that's another thing about setting your life goals, is that it just gives you more motivation in life in general, and just having self-care for yourself, because you know that you can go far in life once you have everything organized and set to go. Now, one tip I can say before I conclude it all is one way to actually practice on setting your goals and kind of like creating discipline for yourself to meet these goals every day is to basically create a list daily of things you want to do for that day. And let's say if you don't complete maybe 1 or 2 things on that list, it's not the end of the world, but just make sure you get them done, or put another date into your list or on your phone or wherever you want to put them, and just put, okay, brush my teeth, do this, do that, do my homework, you know, practice, you know, basically just create a list for yourself of things you want to do every day so that you can be more organized. And that can be one way you can help discipline yourself, because if it's on the list, you got to do it. It's one thing you got to keep in your head. If it's on the list, you have to do it. No exceptions. That's one way you can create discipline for yourself and help you create goals, and basically just help you practice pretty much. So So I hope these tips help. You know, if you're new, subscribe. Old, like, not new, not old, comment, do what you gotta do. Like on the video, let me know if you liked it. Comment, let me know how you guys set your goals. Like I said, the story time is gonna be somewhere here, there, link in the description. Watch that out. I think it's pretty funny. I think it's very informal. And I think that's it. Another video is probably gonna come out this week. And peace out. Love y'all.
Go, 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 go. And on the count of three.